Welcome back to Alchemy of the Dark Feminine with your host, Grayson Kahn. Today, I want to talk about something that completely changed the way I approach healing, identity, confidence, visibility, and self-worth. And that is this. Your nervous system has an identity it automatically defaults to. Not because it's true, not because it's who you really are, but because at some point it became the safest version of you to be. And for so many people, especially people with trauma around rejection, abandonment, criticism, emotional inconsistency, and even unbelonging, the nervous system develops identities rooted in survival. Identities such as, I'm too much, I'm not enough, I'm hard to love, I have to earn belonging, I need approval to trust myself, my existence needs validation. And that is what is so hard, that these identities, they don't feel like simply thoughts that are just coming through you. They feel like reality. So even when you consciously want confidence, you want that visibility, you want to trust yourself, you want to be able to fully express yourself, your body still contracts. Your brain is still searching for danger, and your nervous system is still reaching for the old identity. And I realized something recently. I do not want to spend my life unconsciously rehearsing an identity that was built in survival mode. I want to reclaim authorship over who I become. I feel like a lot of people think that healing is just changing your thoughts, but healing is also teaching your nervous system that it is safe to exist differently. Because if your body associates visibility with danger, certainty with rejection, self-expression with abandonment, then your nervous system is going to keep pulling you back toward familiar suffering. Even if your conscious mind wants expansion, and this is the big reason why people self-sabotage. It's why they shrink after being seen, why they over-explain themselves, why they're seeking constant reassurance, why they spiral after social interactions, why they abandon themselves internally before anyone else even can. The nervous system is trying to protect you from an old emotional reality. But protection and truth are not the same thing. And this changed everything for me, okay? Just because my brain produces a thought does not mean it reflects my identity. Sometimes it reflects an old survival pathway, an old adaptation, an old memory. And once I understood that, I stopped treating every fearful thought as truth. So here is a little interruption practice I'm going to give you guys. So now anytime I notice myself spiraling into self-doubt, shrinking, comparison, shame, or questioning my worth, I interrupt it in real time, out loud if I can, and I say, that is an old survival pathway, not my truth. And I want you to understand how powerful this is, because interruption creates separation, and separation creates choice. So instead of unconsciously becoming the thought, you witness it. You stop merging with the old identity. You stop worshiping the nervous system's first reaction as absolute truth. And then comes the rewiring. Not through force, not through pretending, but through repetition and emotional safety. So, after that interruption practice, I like to do the new identity installation. So after you interrupt the old pathway, place a hand on your chest and slowly speak to yourself in a way that teaches your nervous system a new reality. So not just mentally, but emotionally feeling into this, okay? Repeat after me. I belong in my own life. I trust the truth of who I am. I no longer outsource my self-concept. My brain is learning safety in being fully seen. I am the authority over who I become. My existence is not a mistake. I create from certainty now. And what's important here is consistency, because your nervous system learns through repetition, not punishment, not urgency, not self-criticism, simply repetition. The same way fear becomes automatic, self-trust can become automatic too. Safety can become automatic too, and belonging to yourself can become automatic too. So, let's dive into becoming the version of you who doesn't self-abandon. And you know what? I think one of the deepest forms of healing is becoming someone who no longer abandons themselves internally. Someone whose nervous system automatically reaches for self-trust, internal safety, certainty, grounded visibility, emotional sovereignty, and belonging to themselves first. Not because life is perfect, not because fear disappears, but because they stop treating fear as authority. And maybe that's the real work. Not becoming fearless, but becoming rooted enough in yourself that fear no longer defines who you are. All right? If this episode resonated with you, I would love for you to share it, send it to someone who needs it, or tag me when you listen, for those of you who listen to this through YouTube. And if you want deeper work around identity rewiring, nervous system transformation, archetypes, and self-concept embodiment, come join my community over on TikTok, where I share daily activations, teachings, and nervous system rewiring practices. You can also explore my live activation seminars, webinar replays from previous activations, and my signature program, Archetype Decoder Volume 1. And you know what? This is the work of becoming the author of your own identity again. Your existence is not up for debate anymore. Okay? I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.